All right, we're here for our post-match reaction for the game that's just ended. Tottenham 2, Southampton 1. As always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's get into it. All right. So there we go. It's ended not as we'd liked it to have ended, but here we are. A much better performance. I will say that. A much better performance in the first half. So much better, in fact. We were able to string passes together. The communication was so much better. And we just generally saw a much better cohesive side that actually could communicate and play good football together. We were closing down the ball. Within the first half, we'd already had more shots on target than we had in the first 5 minutes of this game. We had more shots on target than we did in the entirety of that semi-final loss against Leicester weekend. So already a much more improved performance. We had 5 corners in the first half. Great goal by Danny Ings. What looked to be almost like a corner that wasn't going to beat the first man, but it literally came off Danny Ings' head and went into the opposing side of the goal. Great goal. Southampton are 1-0 up and everything's going absolutely fantastic. And then after that, I think what really changed the side is when, we looked a little bit leggy in the second half, but the second Danny Ings came off and Diallo came on, and what I'm guessing is we effectively pushed up Walcott to go alongside Shea. It was just suddenly, it wasn't as bad as what we've seen, but it was tired and it was a bit of a lost kind of lineup, really. And I think it's just boiling down to the loss of Romeo. I think we really miss Romeo in that central position. And when we don't have Romeo and we have Diallo, he's just not quite taking it there, really. It's not really what we need. And, Danny came off with a hamstring injury. I'm not sure exactly how bad that is. But then Gareth Bale scores a great goal. It's a very good goal. And then later on, it then came to Heung-min Son, who scored a goal with Lucas Moura in a offside position. He was basically interfering with the line of sight, the goalkeeper, and that goal was ruled off for an offside. So at that point, we're all thinking, we'll take a point all day long, because the second half, we were just totally off the pace. Spurs were on a much better side in the second half. And then all a bit of confusion, really, in the 88th minute or something like that. It looked to be a call for a handball in the box. It wasn't that. It was effectively a challenge on the edge of the box, which was originally given for a free kick. And then it came into... we got someone joining. Fantastic. I'll just go through this. We got into VAR, and then it got ruled to be a penalty kick, and there it ended. There it ended indeed. But it looks like we have someone joining us. So I'll see why his name is Matt. Are you ready, Matt? I'm going to bring you in. Here we go.
I'm very good. Bring me on. Yeah, I don't mind.
Fantastic. So what did you make of that? I mean, I'm very good. Well, a little bit deflated after that, but looking at the performance in the first half, very, very happy. Is that the kind of reaction that we needed as Saints fans?
First half, definitely. First half, we were all over them. I was like, it could be 2-3-0 up. You had Adams miss, Teller looked lively. But then after the second half, I don't understand how we went from being so good to being so awful.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you think it's a change, though, of like Ings come off? Yeah, massive miss.
That definitely had an impact, because thing is with Ings, in my opinion, is he's one of those who he sets the tempo from the front.
Mm-hmm. In terms of him sort of building the press.
Building the press. Like, he tracked back like 60, 70 yards to stop a cross. Like, you don't see that from Redmond. You don't see that from Adams. whereas Ings, so I think that's one of it. And sometimes I feel like we sat deep, but then we played well.
Yeah.
Just
what did you make of Salisu? You like Salisu in the left back position?
Yeah, I like that. I rate that.
Mm.
I really do like that. I think
Wow.
Salisu, he had no other choice but to go to stop the block for the first goal off Mora, I think it was. You can't blame him for the goal, but he had Bell in his back pocket for a bit, and then, unfortunately, we know what happened.
Yeah, well, it wasn't to be. But I think, as a fan base, I think that was the kind of reaction we needed in the first half. But it's just, unfortunately, with that loss, we're now back at the top of the table from points dropped from winning positions up to 21 points. So it just feels pretty deflated after that. And, games coming up, it's not going to get any easier.
Yeah. I can't really say much more. I'm just at the moment feeling like, where do we buy this win?
Right.
Not buy it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Where's the next win coming from?
If we play like we did in the first half for the full 90 minutes, then
we win that game.
We will win. But unfortunately, we don't play like that for the full 90 minutes, do we?
No, we don't. Sadly not. But no, certainly appreciate you jumping on. In terms of what I mean, I enjoyed the first half. I loved the first half. I think there wasn't a single thing about the first half that I didn't love, in fact. But it just felt like the moment we had one of the cogs removed, Danny Ings coming off the pitch, it just felt like stuff was missing and suddenly something was lost. And then a Spurs side suddenly turning the class on, they were able to do stuff. And we would just kind of look a little bit lost in the middle of the park, which opens us up to those kind of attacks. I liked Salisu in that left back position. I thought he was attacking, and he was also a wall. There were times where, like you said, he was able to stop Heung-min Son sort of progressing down that right side and put in a challenge and get the ball away. And I love Ryan Bertrand and what he does. I think he's a real hard grafter for Southampton, but you've got to admit that a lot of players run past him, and he's not the sort of player that's able to sort of, hold up that defensive side of it, really, and sort of more of a luxury winger that sort of crosses the ball when we can get it up the pitch. But plenty to think about, really. But of course, Leicester up next. Thoughts on Leicester?
Yeah.
Doesn't get any easier, does it?
No. The thing is, Leicester's a good team, and it's always going to be a tough game with Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
I think if anything, Ralph should say to the boys, look, okay, the cup semi-final, you didn't do that well compared to what you can do. Now go to Leicester and show them.
Yep.
Because everyone's going to talk about that 9-0, aren't they? So...
Yeah, it'll be in there. I mean, it will be the first time that we've got that home fixture again. So it will come out.
Yeah.
The pundits will love it. But you know what?
Oh, yeah.
So what? What
Thing is, they never mention. Thing is, they never mention is that we went to Leicester later on in that season and beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you only get 3 points for a win.
Exactly. So it's just a freak result, and no one mentions the fact that we went there and kicked their ass. Well, 1-2-1, but still. So
it's good enough. 11 versus 11. We look pretty good. We only lose by 1 goal if we do lose. So
the pundits, they're going to be all over that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a tough end to the season, I think.
Do you think these games are going to be used as like testing different squad formations and testing out some of the youth in the side? Because effectively, mathematically we're not safe, but we are because I just can't see West Brom or Fulham picking up the points they need to get anywhere close to 36. So do you think this is going to be, we're just going to see a trial and error for the remainder of the fixtures?
I think it should be, yeah. I think this is, if anything, this is a good opportunity for Ralph to find out what some of the other players are all about. Like today, I mean, we knew Teller was a good player, but today, to play against a big six club, sorry, I had to say it, to play against a top club.
Yeah.
Exactly, self-proclaimed. What have they done?
Yep.
No. And literally dominate, was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I like to see someone like, I forgot his name, the striker, you know who I mean, Lulandu? Well, sorry, I can't say it.
Nalundulu, yes. Nalundulu or Unlundulu. Yeah. Yeah, we've seen a little bit of what he can do. He seems like a very physical presence.
Yeah. Like, I like to see him, because especially we don't know Ings' future, so it'd be a good opportunity for Ralph to partner him with someone else. I like to see Kane Ramsey, Caleb Watts. This one, probably people are going to hate me for saying this, but Jankovic.
Do you know what, though? After the performances that we've seen from Diallo, and Diallo, I'm not going to hate on Diallo because he has done a lot of good, but I'm just thinking the defensive play of Diallo just hasn't quite been there, like that cool, calm, composed, take the pace out of the game, just keep the ball and disperse it calmly. We haven't seen that. And I just think, why not give Jankovic a run out against Leicester? Why don't put him in that number 6 position?
That's the thing. Like, I mean, a lot of people are going to tarnish him for that tackle he made. But at the end of the day, I feel like he deserves an opportunity, especially when we are pretty much safe.
Yeah.
And there's not really much more to fight for the season.
No. You may as well just try something.
I quite liked Armstrong and Prowse in the middle.
I'd tell you now, though, I reckon if we weren't 1-0 up, I reckon he might have put Jankovic on for Ings when he came off. Just for the pure fact that I think we were in a winning position. He thought, no, I'm gonna play it calm here. I'm gonna put on someone who's played that role before, and let's see how it goes. But yeah, it's just a bit of a shame that we haven't seen it there. But what's the harm in doing that? Really, may as well do it. Really. And I went on another opposing fan channel who was a Swiss guy actually, and he said, "So what do you think of Jankovic?" And I was like, "I don't know. I haven't seen any of them. Literally, we saw him for like 3 minutes, and one of those 3 minutes was pretty horrendous. So we don't know what to say to that, really. But crazy stuff.
Yes.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Jankovic. I like to see him get another go. I mean, whether he wants to stay at the club, there's rumours about his transfer request, but we don't know.
He's got to do something first, hasn't he?
Exactly. He's got to prove his way.
Got to earn his place. Fantastic. Well, it's not ended the way we'd hoped, but I think overall, would you have been happy with a draw from that? Do you think?
Yeah, I would have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been happy with a draw. Yeah.
Just kind of take a point right now.
Yeah, I would. Like, I know we're not, as you said, we're not mathematically safe, but you take a point against Spurs at their place as well.
Yeah.
Like, so in the grand scheme of things, like, a loss isn't so bad, but considering how we played, it's just disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah. If we played the whole way like we did in the first half, then oh wow, Aston Villa scored within 20 seconds. How about that?
No. Come on, Villa.
Mad. But yeah, no, I think, it's a draw, after that second half performance. I think we us as Saints fans would have said, yeah, fair enough. We'll take that. But it's not to be.
Like, one thing I want to bring up is what. Okay, right. I still am Ralph all the way, but I still don't know what he sees in Theo Walcott.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's Ralph in and Ralph out. Everyone, that's going to divide everyone. But at the moment, Theo Walcott for me, I still don't know what Ralph sees in him.
No.
For me, he's a player that never fulfilled his potential.
Right. No, I think that's a fair comment.
He's just one of those he's had all this ability and all this potential, but didn't do much with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Jack's jumped on the stream already. Jack, where are you, man? I'll send you the stream link if you want. But no, we totally agree with that. I think it's the fact that he's putting his faith into Theo, who's sort of running down his sort of career time. I think it's a romantic story for the marketing department at Southampton Football Club. But realistically, you look at the performances since he's come back from injury, it's not really told us a lot to get excited about. And, certainly for the ethos of Ralph working with younger talent, surely you put your efforts into perhaps a Minamino that you could pick up for £9 million at the end of the season. Why not look at that?
Yeah.
It's a baffling thing. It's very strange. And to answer Jack's question, yes, we did miss you, Jack.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Ralph does with all the transfers. Obviously, the main thing is getting through the season.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
as we said, I'd like to see some of the young players get an opportunity.
Yeah,
I'd love to see a few, of our guys get an opportunity. I mean,
test some
there's
options.
no shame in trying. There's no shame in trying someone like, I don't know, Minamino and Nathan Teller on the wings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With Armstrong and Ward-Prowse in the middle.
Yeah.
So
yeah, plenty of options there.
Yeah. It's just trying to. Yeah, but as we said, it's disappointing.
It's very disappointing. But there's plenty of options to try out as the remaining fixtures that are played out. But I strongly think that Ralph is going to be looking at a few more central defensive midfield players because that's where we're massively lacking. Yeah, but if we go for a summer and pick up 3 more wingers, I think we'll be asking questions like, "What the heck?" But we'll see how that goes. Absolutely mad. But I really appreciate you jumping on it, Matt. Much appreciated.
That's all right. Don't mind. I just saw the link and I thought, see what it's all about.
Absolutely.
And obviously, I'm obviously a Southampton boy, Southampton fan.
Fantastic. So, that's a decent kit, that one. I like that one.
Yeah. The season we went up, wasn't it?
Yeah, first season back in the Prem. Yeah.
Yeah. I love this kit. It's just like memories, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, many happy memories of that.
Did you watch it on Sky or on anything else, or?
Sky. Yeah.
Kept talking about everything Spurs did, nothing about what we did.
Yeah, well, we're used to that, and that's why we do this. Is so that we have some biased Southampton commentary for the game, and because no one wants to listen to those commentators because all they talk about is the results going the wrong way.
I literally, when it's half time, I literally put you and Jack on to listen to it because you're going to see some car ad or you're going to see some Jamie Carragher nonsense.
Yeah, totally. And we won't sell you nothing.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
But that's what, it's one of them.
Fantastic. Right. Well, I'm going to close off stream there because I've got my dear wife asking me when we're going to be eating tonight. So I'm going to have to jump off on that. But Matt, brilliant. Thanks so much for jumping on. And we will see you in the next one. Thanks for that. Cheers. So fantastic. Obviously, it's not the result we wanted, but it's the result we've got. There's plenty left to play for. But as always, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. All right. See ya.